everyone, it's Mika, and today I'm bringing to you a general reading for all my Pisces Sun, Moon, and Rising signs out there. This is going to be for the week of January 30th to February 5th, 2022. And during this week, astrologically speaking, both Mercury and Venus go stationary direct and start moving forward. At the time of my filming this video, they are both in retrograde phase, and Mercury rules communications, electronics, so you might have been experiencing rescheduling issues, cancellations, sometimes brain fog, you know, just having issues communicating in general. Yeah, I mean, messages that you thought you sent may get lost in translation, just may not arrive at all. So yeah, that's the downside to Mercury retrograde. On the plus side, it's a positive time to go back to old projects, something that you may have started a while ago and had forgotten all about. Also getting organized. Absolutely. Getting organized is a great thing to do during Mercury retrograde. So clean out that office, clean out that closet, basement, attic, clutter, whatever, and just get organized while you still have the time. And as for Venus retrograde, Venus rules, you know, love, money, beauty. So it's not the best time to change up your look. Definitely would not encourage anyone to get any type of cosmetic surgery to enhance your look. You definitely want Venus to be strong, and I would even say Mercury to be strong if you're going to go that route and have something that major done. Absolutely. You may have seen a slowdown with your finances, especially if you're the type of person that's like a freelancer or a contractor. It may have been a little bit more difficult during this time to get your money, to receive payments, or to just, you know, get more clients and get, you know, bigger projects and contracts going. But thankfully, during the time of, let's say around January 29th is when Venus goes direct first. And then I believe, and I'm still a little iffy on this, I believe Mercury goes direct on the 5th. I want to say the 5th, okay? Well, double check just to make sure that I'm correct. All right, so that's what I have for you, astrologically speaking. And of course, we do have a new moon thrown in the mix during this week as well, which I will be discussing further in a separate video. So let's get into this one. First card that I have for you is the Flowers card. Be generous, success, and emotional fulfillment are yours, Pisces. And that is a beautiful card to receive right off the bat. It pretty much sets the tone for this week. So just be open to receiving abundance and also be grateful for what you have. When you're grateful for what you have, you start to attract more of the same. So if your mindset is not necessarily in the right spot right now, you can change it. It's never too late to change it. Flowers are also a token of love, recognition, as well as sympathy and consolation. But they bring warmth and cheer to whomever receives them. You know, I always say a flower's only job is to look pretty. That's it. What a wonderful job to have in this world, because not too many of us can say that that's our only job, but that's what it is for flowers. As far as career and money, flowers foretell the success of new projects and the fulfillment of dreams. So, you know, be on the lookout for opportunities and new beginnings. You never know where you may find them. All right, so moving on, the Marriage card. Ooh, lucky you, Pisces. You are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. So some of you out there will possibly be receiving some type of news regarding marriage. You know, and if you're already coupled up, the key to success and happiness is to strive for as much harmony as possible. And I know it is not easy. It really is not when you're in a relationship and living together with somebody. You know, just compromise. That's all I can say. Compromise, definitely. And also, loved ones from the past could return, and that could also happen because of Mercury retrograde as well. People that we were in past relationships with, whether it be, you know, a romantic relationship or just someone that we love from our past. It could be a friendship. They could make a return appearance at this time as well. In terms of personal relationships, a new life may begin with a special partner who makes you feel loved and respected. You might be able to manifest spiritual marriages, and it may be the start of a new long-lasting friendship as well. If you're going through some stuff right now with your partner, then this card is a sign of harmonious and peace coming into the relationship. So if there's some things that you want to work on at this time, Pisces, you know, you have the green light from Spirit, and the energy is there to, you know, put some healing on that love, put some healing on it. Career and money, as I said before, exciting new partner for businesses as well as work-related social activities. So get out there, get seen, get heard. And if you're not able to like leave the house because of, you know, pandemic related issues, there's still social media. You can still Zoom with people. You can do meetings online. It's very easy to have a meeting with somebody. No longer are we living in the dark ages where we have to do everything face to face and in person. Thank goodness. All right, so the next card that you have is the Angel card, and your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. You are truly blessed, and you have a deep connection with angels. Pisces is definitely, it's the sign of spirituality, and you know, it's the sign of also that psychic connection and spiritual connection, which are basically one and the same thing. At least that's the way that I see it. But this card is very positive. It's basically telling you to, you know, turn to your angels. If something's bugging you, they may be trying to tell you something through intuition and your gut instinct. All right, so don't ignore them. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten gut instincts on something and I've ignored them, and then later on I'm like, damn, I wish I had listened. So listen, pay attention. The last one is patience. You may be feeling anxious or unhappy or worried about something, or just constantly in a hurry. You need to figure out what makes you so impatient. Which events, people, projects, something's triggering these issues. And make a change, you know, change your attitude, clear your mind, do some self-care. Whatever you need to do to realign your body, mind, and spirit, just do it. Whether it be yoga, exercising in general, getting a massage, taking a nap, doing a spiritual bath. If you're in a place, unfortunately, that does not have a bathtub, if that, you know, where you're living, if it's just a shower, you can still relax while you're in the shower. I like to play music sometimes. I'll grab my phone, because I have tons of music on my phone, and just listen to something. It can really, really mellow you out. Just, you know, try to find some space where you can block out the noise, so that you are not being so snippy and not feeling your balanced, beautiful self, Pisces. In terms of relationships, you may have been spreading yourself too thin, and it happens to us all. Some relationships are not working out as you had expected. Either you need to recognize that it is time to let go, or be more patient with the person. As far as career and money goes, you need to delegate more responsibilities to others. Stop trying to take everything on yourself. We all need help sometimes, so ask for it. And if the first person doesn't help you, turn to somebody else and keep asking until you find the person or persons that you need. Take some time out to journal. It can really, really help you to just clear your mind and just write it down. And, you know, if you're one of those people that's nervous about your thoughts and feelings being exposed and other people reading them, well, guess what? After you're finished writing it, burn it. That's all you got to do. Go to the sink, since the sink is a safe place, and just burn it and spread the ashes outside and let it go, or just shred it, throw it away, do whatever you need to, but just get those thoughts out so that you can start to feel better. Okay? All right, so the next card that I have for you is the 7-Star Sisters Birthing Creations Tapestry of Life. I am so sorry. It is one of the side effects for me personally with Mercury retrograde. Sometimes I just get tongue-tied. There are new creations that want to be born, beauty that's yearning to be woven, new consciousness that's longing to be breathed into life. If you draw this card, you're being called to surrender to your creations, to usher in a new era of consciousness, and do your bit in weaving the web of life. This is the card of the artist and the midwife. You're being called to ponder questions. What wants to be birthed through you? What new creations are whispering in your ear? What beauty are you being called to make? Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred space and place. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Earth is renowned as a planet of manifestation and creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to create. Somewhere along the way, we stopped seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is part of your true nature. So right now, you're just being called to surrender to it, such as a new business, a book, whatever your creative outlet is, go for it, Pisces. It'll help you feel better. And maybe that's one of the reasons why you're so impatient. Maybe you're not happy with what you've been doing professionally. Maybe it's time that you find a way to make some money off of your creative hobbies. Turn that hobby into a career. Food for thought. Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you, as it does with all of us. There's a mysterious force that governs all of life, an intelligence that tells flowers when to bloom and the tides and seasons when to come and go. That intelligence is within you, Pisces. It was there before you drew your first breath, and it will be there well beyond your last. It's the part of you that informed every cell to do what it does when you were in your mother's womb. It's harder to resist this force than it is to surrender to it. Because Earth is a planet of polarity and free will, it is easy to forget that this intelligence exists within us. So often we become disconnected from this pulse of life and fall into the pattern of believing that we're separate or feeling that we need to go at it alone. We can feel isolated, as if we need to figure things out for ourselves to rely on our own strength. Well, that's a load of crap. You're being called to remember the intelligence that's within each and every one of your cells, to remember that you're a precious child of a loving, gentle universe, that you have access to all of the intelligence, wisdom, strength, flow, and qualities there ever were, are, or will be. And remember that if flowers know exactly when and how to bloom, then you do too, Pisces. Next card. Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction. Let God in. We're cyclic beings, and Mother Earth teaches us how to be human every day with the coming and going of the tides and the seasons. If you're clinging to anything, you're resisting the natural flow of who you are. The things we cling to are so often those we most need to let go of. The food, the substances, the relationships that aren't working out, the jobs that are sucking your soul and are so toxic. You need to let go of the people pleasing and all the other things that don't serve your purpose. The things we cling to often cover up our most vulnerable space, the part we're most afraid to leave empty, the part we guard and don't let grace into. But by keeping that space covered with something that doesn't serve us, or clinging to it for fear of it not staying of its own accord, we prevent ourselves from receiving the things that will. Whatever we leave empty, grace will fill. You can only lose what you cling to. If this card appears, you're being called to find the courage to loosen your grip and give up control, to release your coping mechanisms and leave space for grace to enter, to surrender all that feels dense to the divine. Loosening your grip doesn't mean that what you're clinging to will go away. It may, or it might stay. But you need to be sure that it is what is true for you will find you. And you'll breathe easier knowing that you've shifted from relying on your own strength to surrendering to the grace of life. Find what makes you happy, Pisces. And I can tell from this reading and just what I'm feeling as I'm doing this reading that a lot of you are in situations right now where you're not necessarily happy. Yes, there is definitely positivity going on, but these two cards also came in for a reason. Your guides are leading you to take the blinders off and be proactive. All right? You need to figure out what will make you happy. It could be as simple as just a me day, taking time for yourself. It could be something major like leaving a relationship or a job or moving. But you have to figure out what's right for you. The next card is Empathic Starseed. Empathic starseeds are here to shift the world through their physical presence alone. They don't need to do anything beyond being here. Thanks to the energetic change their physical presence causes. Due to their highly sensitive nature, you Pisces, empathic starseeds can struggle with being on Earth and in a physical body. Many are prone to addiction and depression, which again, your ruler Neptune rules that energy. Or you might tend to mistake other people's feelings and moods for your own. Natural introverts. They tend to prefer spending time alone or in small groups. Crowds can definitely feel overwhelming for them. If this card appears, consider lightening the load energetically. Don't put yourself under such pressure to go out into the world. Be gentle with yourself. Stop the negative self-talk. Allow extra time and care to recover energetically. If you're feeling pressured to keep up a certain pace, instead, put on the brakes and treat yourself like a baby. Do whatever you can to take the pressures off. Switch off in order to switch back on. In today's world, it is normal to feel that we should be doing more, but perhaps being present in our life is enough. This could be the phase that you're going through or simply how you're being called to live your life. And if your work involves giving to others, right now you're being called to keep something for yourself. And me, I'm just thinking about social workers right now because I am one. I don't work in the field like I used to, but I'm still a social worker. And it's still difficult for me to turn that mentality off. It never really switches off. It just doesn't. And so many times, you know, friends, old colleagues of mine, like I see them burning themselves out and they're miserable. And, you know, social work and many other fields, not just social work, but I'm just thinking about the words that I was speaking and it just made me think of social work. When you give so much to others, it can drain you. So you need to put an end to that right now, or find a balance. I'm not telling you or encouraging you to leave your job unless that's something that you want to do and that's something that you can do at the moment. I always say don't be afraid to take a risk. Use caution, absolutely, but don't be afraid to take a risk. Because if there's something else that you want to do, life is too short to be stuck in a situation and in a job or a career where you're not happy with what you're doing. And it may not just be job, but I use job because we spend so many hours of our lives each week working to some capacity. So yeah, you want to be happy with what you're doing. It's necessary if you want to continue to sustain your life. Okay, so the next cards that I pulled in reference to not just so much relationships, but just love. Just love. It can be referring to the love between family members, yes, between partners, or even friendships, pets, you name it. Take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. There are so many rewards that will come to you when you love openly. Your caring will not only help the other person involved, it will also create more love for you. Let your fear go and give the love you are longing to receive. It's already inside of you, Pisces. We're all creatures of love. We have it within us. So no need to go looking for it. You need to start manifesting it and nurturing it within yourself. And then you'll start attracting it if that's what you want in your life. You will find that it is one and the same. So letting the fear go, it opens us all up to new opportunities and possibilities. I love to refer to it as golden opportunities. And then the next card is physical touch is important. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. Sometimes a hug is exactly what is needed. As humans, the ability to connect with each other physically is important. Hand holding, kissing, embracing, giving back rubs, putting an arm around someone's shoulders, or simply placing a hand on someone's arm to show support. Those are all ways of expressing physical touch. And I feel like because so many of us have been isolated from those that we love for so long, now more than ever, we need to be showing affection. And I mean, we might all have our fears about catching certain things, but look, again, life is too short to live in fear. So show the ones that you love that you care for them, because tomorrow and the rest of today is not promised to any of us. It's just not. And these Therapet cards, I absolutely love them. I'm a huge animal lover and advocate. I definitely am a cat mom, and it's definitely my spirit animal, but I love all animals. It doesn't matter. I've always had a closeness and a bond with them. So, you know, if it has fur, I'm definitely falling in love with it. Love them. Love them to pieces. And the spirit animals, They want you to know that the voice that tells you that you aren't good enough apparently doesn't know you at all, because you're amazing, Pisces. But I think you already know that. I think you do. And feeling worried, it doesn't mean anything bad is going to happen. You're going to get through this. It'll be fine. You always find a way. Very true. And I hope that you enjoyed this reading, Pisces. I mean, yes, it started off on a very positive and upbeat vibe, and then it got a little bit more serious. But you know what? That's okay, because the energy that's here for you during this week is still very positive. You still have the ability to move forward in your life, to listen to your spirit guides, to have new opportunities, but you have to also be open to them, and you have to let people help you, and let spirit guide you. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this message, Pisces. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, comment below. I really appreciate it. And, until our next video, I hope that you have a blessed and positive week. Bye-bye.